antidepressant drugs are not just used for people with severe depression. They're also being used off-label for lifestyle problems, things like premature ejaculation. And there really are these predatory pill mill type companies out there like HIMS who are just, advertising all over the place like, hey, do you need to last longer in the bedroom? Don't worry, just take this antidepressant. And at least in the US right now, PSSD is not in the labels. So people are not being informed about this. And this is going to lead to some people taking essentially a lifestyle medication and ending up with permanent sexual dysfunction. I mean, that's just a disaster. I don't need to explain that to you. Now, another thing, if you weren't convinced that PSSD was real just from the EMA, the second largest drug regulator, acknowledging this, I also recently interviewed two people from San Diego Sexual Medicine. There was Dr. Goldstein and Dr. Ahad, and they had shared the results of some pending research that they were just about to put out. This was where they actually used high-powered ultrasounds to look at the penises of people with PSSD and compare them to healthy penile tissue in controls. I think there were about 40 people in both of the groups, so that's a reasonably well-powered study. When they looked at the tissue in the penis of the person that had PSSD, they found all of these anatomical changes where the penile tissue looked a lot older and diseased. So that research is currently going to be getting ready to be published. And I think that will be the final nail in the coffin where people will finally see objective evidence that PSSD is really a real problem.
We've done ultrasounds on these folks of their genitalia. And remember, I'm a radiologist, so I like physics and I like objective information. A normal, healthy young man, their penile tissue should be homogeneous. Their smooth muscle, everything should be homogeneous, symmetric, These people have fibrosis. The scarring is another term. It's not just scarring, it's scarring in the entire shaft, essentially, of the penis.
We're seeing their tissue as if they're 70 years old. That is the most crazy and remarkable thing. They have tissue damage of their penis from the tissue near the glands, from the tissue in the midshaft, from the tissue at the base, from the tissue in their crus. I'm not an anti-drug guy. I don't want to come across like that. What I want to come across with is people who seek help because of this. They should get that help, and they should have protocols and strategies and research going on to minimize that damage.